Beyonce to drop a new music video, and right now it's just a rumor, but according to a number of sources, in this music video, it will star the parents of Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, and Michael Brown, and they will be holding up pictures of their murdered sons. Sad. So we don't know whether or not that this is true. There has been an Instagram post where Beyonce was standing with their parents. And according to the sources, this video will be dropped any day now, and that she wants to push this social message, just like we saw with Formation. And of course, this also introduces some more criticism. Even though a lot of people applaud her for, like we have, for pushing this social agenda, there's been a number of people that have criticized her, saying that by her doing these videos, it makes it look like that she is not supporting police lives and she's only supporting Black lives. And I'm just regurgitating what some of the other headlines have said. So what did you guys think about her doing more of these socially responsible, I would say, messages connected to her songs and how people are responding?
I'm against the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah, I just wanted to see what that would feel like to say. It felt terrible.
Can you imagine?
Like, that's really what the position is. It's like, how ridiculous would that be? It's like you're essentially saying, like, I get it. A lot of people are fighting this fight that I don't think they've really thought through when they say they don't like the Black Lives Matter movement. There's some instinct in there. I don't know where it comes from. You need to look at it and say, just because people say Black Lives Matter doesn't mean they're saying white lives don't matter or anyone else's lives don't matter. Mm-hmm. I think she's totally, I prefer it when, like, music done well also tells sends a good message. Like, I can't find anything wrong with that argument.
Yeah, Amen. And to that effect, I mean, at this point, we're just kind of speculating what the video is going to be like, and we have no idea what the song is about. But I am really excited to see how she's gonna take her music for this next sort of chapter, and have it be a little bit politically charged. And I really respect that. And I agree with you, Brett. I looked up some articles, some arguments against Beyonce becoming a part of the Black Lives Matter movement, or just at least, advocating for Black Lives Matter. And there's just no substance there. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it's people, Brett, I think you said it best, where people somehow think that it's taking away from, like, Blue Lives Matter, which people will correlate with police officers, or White Lives Matter. And no, it's not about that. It's about the fact that this is finally a platform where we could spread awareness and spread education so people can see that people of color are disproportionately targeted by police, that there have been a lot of unarmed Black teens and people of color that have died at the hands of police in comparison to white people. And that's a truth. And so when we know that, that means that we need reform. What's so bad about having reform? What's so bad about making sure that all police officers have additional training or a lapel cam and weeding out the bad ones? Because the bad ones are also spoiling the barrel for the good ones. There's a lot of great police officers out there. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with reform. Right. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing.
More than, and in addition to that, the idea that the matter part. And you see so many times when, like, something could be happening in society, but it's not until it happens to, like, a white woman, a white girl, that it turns into a big news story that we need to move about. It's focusing on the fact that, like, listen, this has been happening a lot for a long time, and it just seems like to many people it doesn't matter. Boom. And it needs to start mattering. Yeah. And I agree that also Blue Lives Matter. I agree that, like, yes, police, because everyone needs to come down from the point of view of, like, we just want to make sure that all justice is done right. Mm-hmm. And in that way, I think the Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, purple, whatever lives, they all matter. And that's why we need to put more focus on making sure that the process is fair.
Right. And Beyonce, too, she has done a lot. I know that Tidal and Beyonce has donated a lot of money to a number of different movements that are...
and Jay-Z. Apparently they donate a lot of money anonymously.
Right.
Which I think is great.
And we saw, like you said, with Formation, there was a politically charged message there, and now hopefully with this song and this new music video as well. And then she also, besides, with Trayvon Martin's family and Tamir Rice, there was also, I believe, that she did something with Sam DeBoe's parents as well, and even with Sandra Bland. So this is somebody who clearly is not only financially involved, but she is physically involved in this movement. And I think that should be applauded.
Yeah, and I think a lot of years there were discussions about what does Beyonce stand for. People criticized her somewhat for not, speaking out more. And I think that, I don't know if I agree with that, but I've read that criticism before. And I think that this is great that now she is really, really coming out and saying, like, this is what I stand for, this is what I believe in, and this is the message that I want to get behind. And it's, how can you fault her? And the criticism just doesn't make sense.
And what better way than to do it through your music?
Yeah, I'm
like
stoked.
your artistry. So that is awesome. So you guys, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger.